Hey everybody, it's Everett from Time Welding. So today we're going to be doing some actual welding with the Primewelders, the 180 and the 225X. It'll be all on mild steel because I don't have any stainless or aluminum kicking around. So it'll be with MIG, stick 7018 and 6011, and then we'll do some TIG. Like I said, it's going to be all on mild steel. So the other day I was having some problems with my MIG 180. It wasn't working out quite right, so I just want to tell you a quick little story. I always tout Primeweld's customer satisfaction, and I got to experience that firsthand. Like I said, the MIG welder wasn't working quite right. I was messing with the whip, and then it'd work, and it wouldn't, and so needless to say, it stopped working. I took the handle apart on the gun. Everything looked good. There was one little spot on the contacts that I cleaned up with some sandpaper. Took it all the way back to the machine. Checked the contacts there. They looked good. Checked the contacts on that short little piece. Let me show you that piece real quick. Again, everything seemed good. And so when I was pulling the trigger, all it was doing, you could hear the motor click, 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 but it wasn't doing anything else besides that. So I thought it was the motor on the wire feed. So yesterday I called up Primeweld, I think it's about 4, and I said, hey look, I'm having problems. He says, okay, what's your name? Told my name. Pulled it up real quick. He says, okay, you bought this August of last year. He said, so what's it doing? So I went through and explained. I said, you know, I checked all the contacts looks good and everything. I says, I think I need a wire feed motor. He says, well, let's try one thing. He said, and I had never realized this before, if you take a pair of wire dikes and hit the 2 contacts, if it feeds, it means it's in the whip, which I did. It fed, and it was feeding. So I'm like, oh, it's in the whip then. He says, okay, we'll get you one right out. He said, I see you're in PA, can you go pick it up? And it ended up, yeah, it was like 5 hours away. I'm like, no. So he says, okay, we'll mail it. He says, it's going to be 2 to 3 days. Today, by noon, I already had the gun in my possession, put it on, I already tested it, works out fine. So total time on that call was 5 minutes and 52 seconds. To me, that is like awesome. Usually when you call customer service, they give you the runaround, you got to fight with them. Other than doing some troubleshooting, as soon as he says, yep, it's the whip, they sent me one out, and like I said, I got it right away. It just, the variables of shipping made it so it got out to me today. So I got real lucky on that. So like I said, I always tout their customer service on the rest of my videos where I actually had a chance to deal with them, and it was just awesome. Like I said, under 6 minutes, they got me a new whip out. I don't blame them for the whip. I'm assuming it's just something inside. Maybe I've been rolling it wrong. Maybe there was just a bad spot. So let's go ahead and get to the video of those welds now. Sorry for that little interruption, but we'll go ahead and roll those videos. Like I said, I'll commentate through so you know which one I'm doing. They're not the greatest videos. I'm still learning how to shoot welding. So here we go. This first weld here was done with the MIG 180, 70S wire, 0.30. I did my own settings because it's 1/4-inch plate and they don't actually give you any settings for that. But it's pretty easy to set up with having the dials and everything. So if you watch, I'm just doing mainly back and forth. I should have been concentrating on the edges a little bit more, not so much in the middle, because you'll see at the end here, I'm a little crowned, but it still ends up running a real nice bead. No, good penetration if I actually cut it apart. So that was the MIG 180. Next we'll be doing stick. So for stick, I use the TIG 225X. This is me running 6011. Runs pretty nice with the machine, no problems. At one point, I couldn't quite get the angle because the camera's in the way. I couldn't get tight into the edges like I'd like. But in the end, after I get everything cleaned up, you can see we still get some really nice swirls other than that one bad spot. It's a really nice weld. I was running around 90 to 95 amps doing this, and no problems at all. So watch to the end here and you'll see what it looks like cleaned up. Next weld here is done again with the TIG 225X. Again, like I said, I like to use it for stick. This is 7018 1/8 inch set at 120 amps. I'm going to be doing the lower and upper bead on a 3-pass T. You can see she's running real nice, laying down a real nice smooth bead all the way through. There's not really much more to talk about than that, but if you continue watching, you can see I got done with that first bead here. Now we're starting up on the second bead. The second bead I had just a little trouble getting her started, but once I got her going, she was running fine. That's more on me. I don't get to do as much stick as I would like to at times. But I'm angling more towards the top of the joint, as you know you should with the 3-pass T. So again, we'll go ahead and get this all welded out. You continue watching all the way to the end here. Almost there. Come on, come on. I'm such a slowpoke welding. But you gotta go with the metal. So here you go. I'm chipping it off. You can see the plate's a little hot. I had actually done the MIG on the other, or the 6010 on the other, or 6011 on the other side. Being me, I had to of course get every little piece of flux out of there, or slag. So I'm gonna hold it up to the camera in a minute here. You can see how both beads laid in real nice, laid down a real nice bead with a 225. The final weld here is a TIG weld, actually using the 225X and letting it actually do TIG. Foot pedal so that it can control the heat. It's sort of a corner joint, and I don't get to do those as much as I would like with the TIG, so I do have just a teeny bit of undercut where I didn't feed quite enough wire. Anyways, at the end you can see where I let off the foot pedal and go back into the over the bead and let off all the way so I don't get any cracks or anything on the plate or at the end of the bead. It ended up being a real nice bead anyways. Like I said, just that minor little bit of undercut. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and follow. Thanks for watching.